Anastasia. Welcome in. Hi, Tracy. Thanks for joining. Priscilla's just letting people in right now. While we're waiting, if you don't mind throwing your name and location in the chat, just do some introductions while we're getting set up here. We'll give people just a few minutes to get in here, and we are recording. Just FYI, we'll be sending the recording out later. But yeah, just put your name and your location in the chat, and so we can know where everyone's coming from. I'm Whitney, and I'm in Berlin right now. So that's where I am joining from, and would love to know where everyone else is joining from. So just throw your info in the chat if you want. I'm not expecting a very large group of people, so we should have plenty of time for questions and interaction and all of that. So as we go, if you have questions that pop up into your mind, feel free to throw them in the chat, and I'll probably be looking a little bit. Thanks, Anastasia. Hi, thanks for introducing yourself in the chat. I'll probably save most questions until the end unless I see something that really stands out. And Priscilla on my team is also here moderating and all of that. So if there is something that she can answer in the chat that's more of a technical question or something, she might be getting back to you there as well. Hi, Terry, coming in from North Carolina. Great to have you here. Thank you. Okay, and yeah, let's give it I'll give it one more minute. We just sent out a little invite reminder thing to everyone, and I know sometimes it takes a sec for Zoom to let us in and get off the other thing that we were doing and all of that. So we will get started in a moment. And what we're here today talking about, both our done for you funnel service and funnels in general. So all questions are fair game. I will be talking about our new done for you funnel service and how we can build an entire lead generation funnel for you in 3 weeks. And then if you have questions about funnels as well, just in general, then we will have time to answer those in the end. Cool. Welcome, Melissa from North Idaho. Great. Got people from all over the place. Yeah, no one from the West Coast yet, I don't see. But we're kind of okay, we got the North, and then we got the South a little bit, and then North Carolina's South, getting south down there, and then Idaho in the middle. Yeah. And then I'm all the way over in Europe. But originally I hail from the East Coast as well. All right, given enough people to come in here, so I'm going to get started because I'm sure you all are busy. Okay, so Idaho is all the way in the Pacific time. That goes to show how poor my geography is. I cannot locate most states on a map, I will definitely admit. And sometimes the time zones in the United States are all over the place. And some of them practice daylight savings time, sometimes they don't. It's all sorts of fun stuff. Okay, let's dive in here and welcome again. Thank you so much for being here and joining me on this Thursday for our open house and coaching call all about funnels. We are going to be talking about our new done for you funnel service and answering all of your questions about that and walking you through the process. And just a little reminder, but we'll go over this more as we go into it. You can go to whitneybateson.com/done for you funnel or DFY funnel for done for you funnel if you want to check out the funnel service. And we only have a few more spots left at the intro price that we're giving right now, which is $1,297. So we'll talk about that, but let's dive into what our plan is for the next 60 minutes or so. So we are going to be talking all about funnels. We're going to be starting with the problem that most practitioners face with funnels and just explain that, talk through that a little bit. And then we will be talking about what we build for you inside of our new service, what's included, all of that, and what happens really once you have a funnel and what that allows you to do in your practice, and then Q&A. So as I was mentioning, drop your questions in the chat at any time. We are recording. Feel free to put your questions in there. If we don't get to your question and you have to leave or something, we will be sending out the replay. All good there. All right. So I hope that you have been able to catch some of the episodes that I have been doing on the podcast, all about our funnel series these past few weeks. And one of the first episodes was talking about all the things that a lead generation funnel can do for you. So if you missed that part, I just want to talk through and reiterate some of that quickly. So for many of us, we are practitioner first. You've got the science background, the counseling background. Then we're a business owner. We're an entrepreneur. We're running the business. And after that, then we have to be a marketer as well. And we have to do that and wear that hat. And this is stuff that just generally does not come naturally to us. And it can be harder for us to really get this worked out and get this going. And maybe right now you're dealing with some of these things that really are a function of marketing that is either just really challenging or it's not quite working. And it's just obviously having a lot of negative impacts on your business. You're not getting enough website traffic. You're doing social media posting and nothing's happening. No one's reacting. No one's booking discovery calls, or the discovery calls are sporadic. And no one is buying your one-to-one sessions, your group program, or your courses, or you're just not getting as many sales as you would like. And so maybe you're dealing with some of these things right now, maybe a few of them. Feel free to share in the chat if any of these resonate with you. And so you're probably wanting to have more people finding you, more inquiries coming in, and those discovery calls happening on your calendar, or people applying to your program. You want people actually showing up to those calls that they're booking. You want people who are coming ready to commit. Wouldn't that be amazing if every discovery call ended in an easy yes? And in general, you just want to have more clients and less scrambling to find them, and less stress when it comes to marketing your business. And this is really what a simple lead generation funnel can be supporting and helping you move towards. So what is a lead generation funnel? Lead gen funnels are automated systems that attract new people into your world. So leads, new people, leads, and it nurtures them, and then it moves them towards working with you, whether that's selling your one-to-one sessions and having them book those, doing a group program, a course, something else. So for our purposes, we are adding people to our email list. Our funnel is our email list, so that we can continue to build a relationship with people that way via email. And that's the typical method when someone is running a funnel. Usually they are funneling people to an email list, because email continues to be that most effective marketing channel for actually converting and turning people that are prospects and leads into actual customers and clients. And honestly, these lead generation funnels are something that every practice should have at least one of. Any kind of practice, any kind of business out there really should have this if you're running services or selling anything. And then the question becomes, okay, funnels are so amazing. Should I just do them and not do any of these other marketing strategies or tactics? Are you saying that they replace other things? No. Funnels are not this or that type of marketing tactic. It really is it is adding on to what you're doing. We all need a funnel because they are an automated system that doesn't need your constant input, unlike referrals or doing talks and doing speaking or networking or even posting sometimes on social media. All of those things can be really great marketing tactics and are things that you might want to be doing in your business, a mix of those things. And we want to be doing those things, but we need marketing that is working behind the scenes, because we can't always be actively marketing, right? We can't always be giving talks and networking and trying to get referrals and all of that. You have patients to see, you have continuing education to do, you have business stuff that you have to do, you have family obligations. We need something that is working, that is marketing for us when we are not actively marketing. And that is really what a lead generation funnel is doing. It's this automated system behind the scenes. So let's do a gut check of where you all are at when it comes to funnels. If you're here, I'm assuming that you have some general sense that you need a funnel, but what is holding you back right now from having that funnel? So just tell me in the chat which one of these numbers really resonates with you and represents you. So you never got around to creating a funnel and you focused on other marketing tactics instead. Maybe some of them are not really paying off. Or maybe you started building a funnel once, but something broke or you got stuck somewhere and the draft of the different pieces of that funnel have just been sitting there ever since. Or maybe you're a number 3, your funnel is launched, but you can't really tell if it's doing anything for your practice. So you're assuming at this point that maybe funnels don't work for you. So just let me know in the chat. Are you a 1, a 2, or a 3? Or if there's something else that's blocking you right now about funnels, I would love to know. Okay, Anastasia gave us a 2. And Anastasia actually has joined us for our Done For You funnel service. So we are in the process of helping her get that funnel launched. Okay, Melissa shared, I'm brand new, working on building the website, not sure what a funnel is, I'm forecasting. Okay, cool. I am excited to have you here, Melissa, and to teach you a little bit more about funnels and what they can do for you so that when you're feeling like this is the thing that you could have in your business that you are more educated about. So that's awesome. Thanks for being here. And then Tara gave it 2 as well. Okay. So yeah, that makes sense. There's definitely a mix of, okay, I don't have one at all. I've never heard of funnels, or maybe you have pieces of funnel. Maybe it wasn't always portrayed as a funnel, but okay, let me have a free resource. Let me have a free download. And maybe you've created some parts of it, but as you'll see today, and maybe as you listen to the podcast series, there's a few different parts of a funnel and we really need to have all of them. And so a lot of practitioners I see are sitting in this number 2 bucket where they have some pieces, but not any, but not all of them. And then I do also hear from ones in the 3 where they have something launched, but it's just not quite working for them and starting to doubt funnels in general. So if you were a 1, so Melissa calling you out a little bit, but this is really for anyone who is not at that point yet where you have a funnel launched. Anyone who maybe has been working on doing social media or other kinds of marketing tactics, because I have encountered dietitians and other practitioners where they say, I don't have my email list yet. I haven't been building my email list, but I've been doing a lot of social media marketing. And that's very typical. I hear that a lot. I think social media ends up being this natural tactic that people gravitate towards because they just see there's definitely a lot of talk about it. We see other people doing it online, but we don't necessarily see people building their email list. But actually, that is the thing that the biggest marketers out there and the biggest businesses, they are all marketing they're building their email list. So the problem with doing social media and relying on that as your marketing platform and spending too much time on that versus building an email list and a funnel to build that email list is that social media can be really great for getting attention and getting more people to see you and all of that. But attention is not the same as trust. And hiring and working with a practitioner for health or nutrition or therapy really needs a lot of trust, right? There needs to be some trust built up before someone even reaches out to book a call. And the work of building that trust at scale and on autopilot is exactly what a funnel does. Building that same kind of trust through social media alone would take 10 times the amount of work, but email really speeds that up. And if you had put a 2 in the chat and you were more sitting in this place where you have some pieces, but you haven't finished the whole thing, or maybe you're in the 3 where you have a funnel, but you're really not seeing how it could really make a meaningful difference. Here are some numbers to consider when it comes to all of that. And you may have seen this little calculator. It's on the sales page too, if you want to play with it yourself and put your numbers in because it's fun. So if you had a funnel up and running and you were adding 100 new subscribers, new leads to your email list every month, which is a very modest number when you're running ads and also just sharing that funnel organically. If you were just putting 100 new subscribers into your email list each month, and over time, just 2% of those subscribers, so just two subscribers became clients, which is also a pretty conservative number, and they stuck with you and they paid maybe $1,200 if you have a package of sessions over time, or maybe you have a program and they paid that all at once. Maybe your programs cost more. Maybe your client value is even more. But if we're saying these conservative numbers here, then that's $2,400 a month, or nearly $29,000 an entire year of potential revenue from this funnel that is just bringing new people to you every month without you actively having to do anything. Now, your numbers are going to vary for sure. This isn't a guarantee of results or anything like that, but the point isn't really the exact figure. It's just that there is a real cost to the I'll get to it eventually piece here, because once you build it, it just keeps running and it keeps doing this month after month. And that missed opportunity definitely has a price tag, and it's bigger than the cost of just having built it the one time and having it running behind the scenes for you. So whether you've never started a funnel, or you've half finished one, or you've launched one that doesn't seem to be working, I also want to make sure that you know that the reason you're in that situation isn't because you were lazy or procrastinator. It may feel like that, but that's not really the case. Creating a funnel that converts and does well actually brings in a lot of different jobs and skill sets that can be really tough to master all at once, especially for business owners who really come from more of that either scientific or counseling background, where we're not really focusing in a marketing sense. So you need to be a strategist, a copywriter, a designer, a tech person. You have to have all of those things going and working together so that you can get the right lead magnet. You can have copy on within lead magnet, within the funnel that sounds like you. You need to have tech that is working and set up correctly, and a sequence that actually connects with people and makes them feel like they trust you and want to work with you. So that's a lot of skills to try and master while you are also just trying to run your practice and actually see clients and run a business and have a life too. So that is why I created my new service, the Done For You funnel. And this is where my team and I are going to build the funnel for you so that you can have those new leads coming in every day, new subscribers onto your email list, our potential clients, without having those tech headaches and all the other things that come up when you are trying to build your funnel yourself. And the reason that I built this service, some of you have been following me maybe for a while, and you have seen me offer programs where I'm teaching. And I have spent many years teaching practitioners how to do this, how to create websites, but how to build a funnel and create a lead magnet and all of that. And what I kept hearing in some way, shape, or form from my clients was like, yeah, I want to get this launched. I want to finish it. I just don't have the time, or the tech is really overwhelming me. It's like a whole nother thing that I have to do. But this funnel is really not something that should be sitting unfinished in your business. It is really costing you, as we saw, like every day that it's sitting there not set up. So I've decided to just stop teaching it at this point. I'll teach it on the podcast and all of that. But what I really want to do is get it finished for you. What I want to do is just do it for you so that it is done and ready. So let's walk through what that funnel that we build for you is going to look like and how it will work. Okay, so here's the whole thing. We're going to go from the top to the bottom. And the first part is the ad. So the ad is what gets as many people as possible that are the right people for you, your ideal clients, to actually see your resource, your funnel, and opt into it. So the ad literally is this megaphone that is getting people to see your ad. Now, if you heard me talking on the podcast, I was talking about the paid funnel and the organic funnel. So the paid funnel is starting with the ad. People are seeing an ad about your lead magnet and your resource. And then when we have the organic funnel, where this is you just sharing your lead magnet in an online community, someone asks a question and your lead magnet is a great resource, or you're giving a talk and you want to direct people to your free download, then you have your opt-in page. So no matter what, people are coming in either from an ad or you're sharing your funnel. So it starts there. We need people to opt in either from an ad or from your opt-in page. And then everyone gets sent to the thank you page. Once they give their email, they get to the thank you page. And this is a very underutilized step in most funnels. This is the first time that we can tell people, hey, if you want a fast track to actually getting whatever it is you're wanting to get, then you can work with me. And here's a way to begin, have a call, apply, check out this program, whatever. Because this is the spot where people are the most activated, the most interested. And there could be some people who were searching online actually for a full solution. They wanted to hire someone. And yes, they downloaded your resource. And yes, it's a free thing that's going to give them a quick win and some value. But if they were really just looking to hire a dietitian to help them with their PCOS, we should let them know that you are a dietitian that helps them with their PCOS. And we should let them know quickly. So that's why we make sure we have a thank you page that is saying that right away. And then, of course, we need to give them the resource. So that's the delivery email. That's that first point of contact. We want to make sure that it's a really warm, friendly introduction, giving them their resource, and then also letting them know a little bit more about you. And then we have our welcome series where we are also sharing more about you, your background, your story, why you do the work that you do, how you've helped other people in their situation, giving them some other tips and resources to help them be successful with that resource that they just downloaded. And all of this is about building that trust over that period of time. And we are also inviting them to connect with you another time. So we are also sharing about your services in more detail, your program, whatever it is that you're offering. We are doing that in some of those later emails as well, because again, there might be some people who download your resource and they're ready to go right away. And we all know about people need multiple touch points or need to try a food multiple times before they like it. The same goes with a service. So the more that we are sharing about our service and sharing it just in small snippets in natural ways and talking about it in slightly different ways, that message over time is going to get people who are right for you to actually remember you and remember your service. So if you only ever talk about it once in 6 months, the chances are pretty low that anyone's going to think about you and remember, hey, that's something that could actually be beneficial for me. So the more that we're sharing about it, it's always a good thing. So we want to make sure we have that in that welcome series. And then from there, we have links in those emails. We're sending them to your services page. That's where they can book a call, or they're at the very least staying on your email list and they can become a client when the time feels right. So either way, at the end of the sequence, someone has booked a call or they have heard from you multiple times and gotten to know you, and now they are a warm member of your audience. So let me talk you through the 5 pieces that we are building that are making this funnel possible. So the process that I just talked about with what a complete lead gen funnel is, here's how we actually build it for you as part of this service. This is not coaching about funnels. This is not templates. We are actually creating each of these things, and it starts with the lead magnet. So we're creating a lead magnet, this free resource for your ideal client, something that they are actually going to want that is very closely aligned to what your service is as well. Because the lead magnet needs to give folks a small win. We really actually want this resource to help them move forward in a small way. And we also want them to move forward on that path to being ready to work with you, that your service feels like a natural progression in that process that they're going through. So I see a lot of lead magnets where they're very helpful and nice, pretty well-written resources, but there's some disconnect between it and the service that it's promoting, or it's not actually moving the person who downloaded it really forward very much in terms of behavior change or mindset change, changing of a belief. It's more of just nice educational content. And so we need a lead magnet that is actually moving people forward. So it's really important that we get that right, because that's what underpins the entire process. So we're going to create that lead magnet. And we do all of this based off of, I guess I'll also just mention too, all of this is based off of your business. So we don't have some template lead magnet where we just change the title out and change your business name on it and say, hey, here's your lead magnet. We actually ask you about your business and what your clients are thinking, what they're struggling with, what you think might be a good lead magnet, what your service is. And then we take that and actually ideate and strategize about it to figure out what's going to be the right fit for you. And then we draft it. And I'll talk about the process of how we move forward with all of this in a moment, but we draft it and make sure you're good with it. And then that really carries forward through the whole funnel. So once that lead magnet's created, then we can move forward with creating the opt-in page. So we write the copy for this, we design it and connect it to your email platform so that when people land on that page and opt in, they immediately get into your email platform and get emails from you and that whole welcome sequence and all of that. So we want the page to not be too long, not too complicated, but give people a sense of, okay, what are the benefits of this resource? What am I going to get out of opting into it, have it look professional, look nice, look attractive to them, and highlight the resource a little bit and really make them want to opt in. And then we create that thank you page, either in your email platform or on your website. This is also a very simple page. We don't need to go crazy with creating a really enhanced thank you page that's super long. We really just want to confirm that, hey, thanks for opting in. Thanks for requesting this resource. Here's how you can move forward. So we do that. And then we do the delivery email and the welcome sequence. So we plan this out, we write it, and then we set it all up in your email platform and have it all automated so it's working as soon as someone downloads. And then the icing on the cake is the Facebook and Instagram ad campaign that we set up for you. So this is where we are writing the copy and the creative, having the audience targeting. So the ads are showing to people who are most likely to be your ideal customers and actually launching it for you. So this is that amplifier to your funnel so that more people are seeing your resource more quickly and getting onto your email list more quickly. And we recommend spending about $5 a day on these ads. So nothing crazy. And I'll talk about in a little bit what $5 a day can do for you in your business. And that ad cost is separate from the cost to build this, and you get to decide how much or how little you want to spend on ads. Okay, so I want to also just talk through a visual of everything that we create for you. Now, these are for my business, but these would be for your business, what your services are, your niche, and your branding. So just keep that in mind. So we have the lead magnet that we would create and build out as a PDF for you and make this nice little mock-up thumbnail for it too. And then we would build that opt-in page. So this would be on your email platform. We have the thank you page. We have the emails that we would set up in your email platform for you and have those emails written for you. And then we would have the ads as well to drive people to your lead magnet. So all of it is specific to your practice, it's in your voice, with your branding. It's not templates that we're setting up. It's all custom made for you from the ground up. And then a few other things that we have here. Sometimes it can feel scary to have someone build something for you. And then you're like, how will I know that how will I know how it works? How will I know how to change things and all of that? So we are not going to just build this and disappear. You are going to get a walkthrough of everything with this funnel command center. So this is a Notion page with video walkthroughs, links to everything so that you know what we've built, where it is, how to change it if you need to in the future. Everything that we create for you is 100% yours. And you get the links to everything in your command center. So it's just one spot where everything lives. You know how to change stuff if you need to. Then you also get a week of direct support from us. So if you have questions or minor tweaks or anything that you want to make in the funnel that you would like our help doing, questions with ads, then you have our support to get that done as well as after the funnel is launched. And then finally, you also get our Ads Made Simple course so that you can run ads confidently long after this engagement is done. So if you are new to ads, which many of us are, it's definitely still something that many of us are learning. I get it. I was new to ads 2 years ago and just absolutely terrified of them. So if that's you, this is really great for you because you have us setting up your ad campaign in your ad account right the first time. And then when you're ready, you can watch this course, this Ads Made Simple course, and go through the videos to learn how ads work, to understand the campaign that we set up for you. And you can do it on your own time in an easy, low stress way because you actually already have the ads running. They're already working for you. So you don't have to feel like, oh man, I'm spending this time learning and I'm still not moving forward. The funnel's working, the ads are working, all that's good. So you can take your time. And when you're ready, once you want to dive into ads a little bit more, you can do that. So you get this resource as well. And you may be wondering how much time you will need to be putting into all of this and how long all of this is going to take. The answer is you're not going to have to be putting much time in at all. And it's about a 3-week timeline. So this is what the process looks like and how we get it all done within a month. So within 7 days, so you enroll and we'll send you your onboarding location, which is just a dashboard where you're going to give us your information and all of the stuff that's really going to help us strategize for your funnel and create all the things that we need to create for you. We make it very easy. The onboarding process is definitely meant to be just a casual way for you to share information from us. No boring, dull worksheets or millions and millions of things. We've kept it as streamlined as possible. So you get us all of that. And so within 7 days, the onboarding is done. And then we get started on everything. Let me move forward on that. And so then we've gotten your information. So within 2 weeks of you signing up, you're going to get a complete first draft of your funnel to review. You're going to have that lead magnet. You're going to have the emails that you can look at and give feedback on. So we want to make sure that you feel 100% good about everything that we create for you. It's important for things to feel authentic to you and feel like it's in your voice, that it's things that you would actually focus on when you were counseling patients on a certain topic. We definitely don't want you to feel like this isn't something I would actually advise clients to do, or this isn't a topic I focus on. A lot of that, though, is driven by how you are, what you're giving us in the onboarding. So there shouldn't be really too many surprises. And you can let us know if you like the design, anything you want to change there. So all of that is open for you to review, give us feedback. And then within the first month, basically within those 3 weeks, within a month, you are going to have your funnel live and running, and your ads can also be running too. We let you actually decide when you want to officially turn those on and start spending your ad budget, but it will all be set up for you and you just hit the button and the leads start coming in. So that's how we do it. So it's really just time up front, giving us some information, and then reviewing the drafts of everything that we put together, which is just the lead magnet and the welcome sequence emails. We base everything else off of your approval of those 2 things. And then it is up and ready for you to just start and be implementing. And so this basically what happens is after you have your funnel working and up, your business gets to grow whether you are working or not, whether you are doing this active marketing, like posting and networking and giving talks and reaching out to people and showing up in online communities. All of that stuff takes active work. This is passive work. So you're going to have new subscribers, new leads coming into your world every day. Before you even had your first cup of coffee, there's going to be people just showing up. You're going to have calls with people who already trust you because they've been on your email list for maybe a few weeks or a few months, and they know more about what you do and your approach and the types of things that you work on and how you can help them. So instead of some stranger finding you in a directory and having you tell them everything about what you do because they didn't actually look at anything, this person who's coming to this call has been on your list. They're really invested at this point. So an email list subscriber to a discovery call is going to be a much more enjoyable and probably a much higher conversion probability call as well. And your practice gets to fill without adding anything new to your to-do list. So you're adding people to your email list on autopilot. And if you have an email list, you're already emailing people anyway. So whether you're emailing 100 people or 2,000 people, it's still the same email. It's not 2,000 times more work. So you are just having this system going, and you continue to do the email marketing, do the other marketing you're already doing without having to build a funnel, create more social media posts to your list. And you also, a big benefit too, especially with ads, is that you get to reach the right people far beyond your local network. So if you actually serve an entire state, or maybe you serve multiple states, or maybe you are national or even international, this is going to allow you to go much further beyond your referral network or your local community, which are all wonderful places to grow your business from. But we also want to be growing even more and reaching more people. And so this allows you to do that. And then really, you're going to be building an email list that becomes one of your most valuable assets as well, because you are just continuing to nurture people that have that potential to be clients in the future. Now, if you piece this together yourself and wanted to hire out for all of these different parts that I just talked through, then you are that I have an animation in there that I didn't set up correctly. So ignore that 1997 on the bottom. So if you piece this all together, this is an idea of what the cost would be here. So you would be hiring a marketing strategist to, like I talked about, think about your business. What lead magnet is the right topic that is going to flow into your services, and really be thinking through that whole trajectory there. You're going to have someone who needs to create the lead magnet, write the copy, come up with the design. That's going to be different from the marketing strategist, because the strategist is going to say, okay, what is the lead magnet? What is the topic? What are we including in it? And then you need someone to actually do the execution of it. Then you also need someone for your emails. So the copywriter, creating the opt-in copy, the email copy, all of that. And then we're talking about an ad campaign as well. So having an ad specialist that's going to come in and do your audience targeting and set up the creative for the campaign, and get all of that correctly set up. And then you're also going to need a tech VA or an online business manager who is going to make sure that all of your email automations are set up correctly and everything is connected and firing between the email system and the opt-in page and the ad and all of that stuff. So you might be paying $1,000 for that. And then I also mentioned these bonuses that we have in here. So that command center had a value on it, support that we're giving you after the funnel is live, and then access to the Ads Made Simple course as well, with a value of over $1,000. So separately, getting all of this put together and done would be over $6,000 paying for these different specialists. And then you would be the one managing that team and managing all of them, versus having us, we're one team launching your funnel for under a month for one price of $1,997. But as we're selling a special founding price for this new service that we are launching right now, and so you can save $700 off of that. So the founding price is actually $1,297. So that's $700 off. We're only selling 6 spots. We have 4 spots left, actually. After that, that price goes away. And I just want to remind you too that the ad spend that you're doing is outside of this. And I'll talk about costs and have some FAQs and all of that. But this is building your funnel, getting it all set up for you, and having it running in a matter of weeks. So you can go to whitneybateson.com/DFY funnel to sign up immediately for that. We have those spots available. And then I am about to get into questions, but before we do, I want to share a story from Heather. We did a funnel for her. We built a funnel for her, and it's just a really great story of what is possible. And so I'll share that. And then I do see that some questions have come into the chat, which is awesome. So I'll take those first, I think. And then I will go through questions that people might be asking that might be on your mind and get through those. And then if other questions come up, we'll go through those too. So Heather is a kidney dietitian, and she actually worked on us with her website. And so we helped her launch her website. And she also created some lead magnets with us. And she had created those lead magnets. She had some in the past, but she had shared with us that none of them were converting super well and not getting a ton of subscribers. And so we looked at what she had, and we felt that her lead magnet could connect better with her service. So she has a VIP kidney health program. So we came up with a new lead magnet. We drafted it and designed it. You can see some previews of what it looks like here on the screen. This is what she had to say. She said, OMG, this is so good. I could never have dreamed the lead magnet would be this amazing. And the emails are right on point. Just to show you, the onboarding that we do really helps gather exactly what we need in order to really put something together that feels like you. And then we put our little design spin on things to make everything look really good. And then we really make sure that the emails are right on point too. And what's really even more amazing with all of this too are her ad results. So I want to show those to you. So right now, she is at 546 leads since we started this funnel and launched it just a few weeks ago. And this is from her ads, not from her organic funnel. So she's been sharing it. She's probably getting more leads from it in other places as well. But just from the ads that she's running, she has gotten 546 leads so far at a cost of 34 cents each. So what does that mean? At $5 a day, that is about 14 new subscribers every single day. And that is not requiring any posting, any time on Instagram or Facebook at all. That is Facebook doing the posting for you. It is running that ad, showing it to people, and 14 people every day, give or take, are opting in and getting her lead magnet and getting onto her email list. So these are future potential clients. They are buyers for other products or programs she may put out in the future. And she is just not doing anything to get them, except basically buying a cup of coffee every day to get that number of people onto her email list. So I think that's really powerful. Okay, like I said, we have our special founders price right now of $12.97 to get us building your entire funnel for you and launching it. You can go to whitneybateson.com/DFY funnel to sign up right now. We have 4 spots left at this price. And you can also do a payment plan. If you would like to break up the payment into 2 payments, you can do $649 for 2 months. So you would pay $649 today, and then next month, the other balance of that. So that is everything when it comes to the Done For You funnel service. And so I want to look at the questions here, and then we'll get into some other questions that I want to cover. But if you have other questions, just throw them in here. So Melissa asked, can you create funnels that have mini videos? I'm not a writer and big on emails personally. Yes, you could totally have a little email video sequence if you'd like. And you could actually make that your lead magnet if you would like. If you wanted to say, okay, I want to have this be a little video training series, a 5-day email-based training series. And you could have one of those emails and one of those videos every single day. Or if you would like, you could just do a regular PDF lead magnet, and then the emails could include some videos. What I would say is that everyone is different in terms of how they consume information. So if you are, and I'll be honest, I'm not a big writer either. I don't like blogging because I just don't like that style of writing. When I sit down, I freeze. I podcast. I love talking. If you haven't noticed. And so what you can do though, is if you're going to make those videos anyway, and that's more your comfort level, is then take the transcript of those videos and feed that into Claude and have Claude help you write those into emails that you could send to people. And so what you can do is in each of your emails, you can say, prefer to watch rather than read. Here's a video sharing this message. And then you can also have the writing in the email as well. So that way, if people don't want to watch a video, they can just get that information there too. I think the big thing is making sure that the emails that you put together are still following a strategy for what a welcome sequence, kind of the sequence of what we cover in each of the emails, what order we cover things in, and all of that. I think that's still important to think about what those emails are going to include. But yeah, you can totally do that. Great question. Okay. And then, yes, Anastasia, you asked, you had used a template of ours to create a lead magnet a while ago, and it's about 5 pages. Is that too long? I would say that there's really no right or wrong in terms of the length of a lead magnet and a resource. It really has to do with, are we, like I said, helping someone actually move forward and take an action with something. So if it takes you 5 pages to help them get there, then that's what it takes. If it takes you 10 pages to get them there and help get them there, then that's what it takes. If it takes 1 page. So I think it's really just about, is what I'm creating, what is the goal that I want for people to achieve? What do I want them to accomplish, understand, think, believe, feel, do, have at the end of this lead magnet? And then how am I getting them there? And then just be driven by that. And then, of course, we want to also have other key components in the lead magnet, like a little intro page, something about how to continue working with you, call to action, all of those things. So, yeah. And then Anastasia also asked, I created a new logo. Will this be incorporated into the funnel or delivery emails? Yeah, and Anastasia, we've been communicating a little bit over the past few days because you signed on to this service. So I'm so excited to have you here and be helping you with that. And yeah, we will be incorporating that into the funnel and making sure that it's in there. So yeah, one thing that we really make sure is that we get any of your branding details up front, because we want the lead magnet to reflect your branding. Generally, the emails are really just email based. There's not really graphics in them too much. Keep them pretty simple, but definitely want to make sure that the lead magnet is reflecting your branding and the opt-in page and all of that. And then another great question, would a funnel be helpful for one-to-one nutrition MNT coaching, or is it more for courses and memberships? Definitely helpful for one-to-one coaching, because it's not really so much about the method and what the service delivery is, whether it's a one-on-one thing or a course or a membership. What we're really trying to do is connect with people who are looking for a practitioner like you to help them with whatever they are dealing with. And so whether someone is in need of medical nutrition therapy or deep therapeutic needs and all of that, they are still looking online to understand what's going on with them, trying to find resources. They are looking for someone to help them. And so having a funnel is going to be critical for you as well. And the great thing is that this methodology applies across all business models, and frankly, most businesses. I think even a plumber could be building a funnel. But basically what we want to be doing is just attracting those people that are looking for you, looking for solutions, looking for answers, and they're getting on your email list. And then you are sharing more about how you can help them and how you can work with them one-on-one in your case to help them. And then for someone brand new with no website yet, should I wait to do a funnel? I think even a simple website would be a good thing to have, because we do want the funnel to be sending people at some point to a services page or a spot for people to learn more about you. If you have some other place where people can learn more about you, then maybe you have a profile on a directory platform and people can learn about you there and all of that. I think some of those things could work, or just even having even just a simple one-page site that's talking about you and your services, and maybe you work on something more in-depth as time goes on. But I think that, yeah, get a little bit further, get the website put together, at least something just to get started with. And then what we really want to do is have a funnel that is directing people towards a clear service offering. And so sometimes too, in the process of creating the website, that also helps you get clearer on who you serve and describing what you offer and all of that. So that whole process can just help you get that clarity. And then once you have a funnel, then it's really locking in and pointing people towards a place that's really clear. Yeah, I think that is a great question. You do have a telehealth platform. Would that work as a bio and, yeah, maybe some background about your services? I think that could work. Honestly, I think the long term would be wanting to send people to your website where you're really owning your story, owning that experience, and you've got your branding on there and all of that. But I think if you want to start getting clients and reaching people right off the bat and having this email list that you're building so that you can actually start nurturing these people that could be clients of yours and really building this base of leads, then I think you could totally have a funnel that you're putting together. And then when it comes time to send people to learn more about your services or learn more about you or to book a call, if you already have that telehealth profile, then you could be sending people to that. And then once your website's up, you just switch out the link to go to your website. So yeah, good question. All right. I don't see any more questions in the chat. Glad that was helpful, Melissa. Okay, so I'm going to go through a few other questions that might be on your mind. I've already covered this a little bit. Will this work for my niche or my business model? And as I mentioned, pretty much most business models, whether you're doing courses, even consulting, doing, of course, counseling and coaching, whether it's one-to-one or group programs or packages or single services, even selling digital products and things like that, memberships, all of those things can benefit from using email marketing as a way to sell and market your services. And therefore, email marketing is built by having a funnel. So a funnel is going to benefit you and you being able to sell your services to more people and get in front of more people. And then most niches, it's going to work for all niches in this health and nutrition space that I operate in and help practitioners with. So really the mechanism of what the funnel needs to include and the strategy behind what we're doing and the pieces we're building and how it all works together, that mechanism stays the same regardless of what niche it is, what business model it is. So what we do is we build this around your expertise, your ideal clients, your audience, your business. So it's about you, but the underlying foundation is the same. And we had a question about, do I need a website? I think we already answered this one. It would be great if you had a website. We are going to be launching a service soon where we are going to be doing done for you websites. So if you also are, so Melissa, if that's something that you'd be interested in, let me know and I can reach out to you to share that with you as well. We'll be doing both starter websites and more comprehensive, bigger websites for practitioners. So if you don't have a website yet and you want to get one up, we can do that. Or like we talked about, while you are working on your website, you can still have the funnel going and you can, oh, so glad. Okay, Melissa, great. You've been waiting. Okay. So I will share that with you very soon. But yeah, in the meantime, you could also be directing people to a telehealth bio until you have your website up. So it shouldn't stop you from having a funnel for sure. Another question, do I need a lead magnet? And so the great news is that we are creating your lead magnet within this funnel, within this process. So you do not need a lead magnet to get started. It's included for us to create one fully from scratch for you. Do I need an email platform? No, we can recommend one if you do not have an email platform yet. Now, this is different than your business email, like doing a Google Workspace email address and whatever. This is an email marketing software, email service provider like Kit, Email Octopus, MailerLite, MailChimp, ActiveCampaign. People use Go High Level, System.io, Flowdesk. There's so many of them out there. I recommend Kit mostly. Email Octopus is also a really great low-cost starter option. It doesn't have a ton of features, but that makes it good because it's really easy to use. So if you don't have one, that's usually the one we're recommending right now for folks to get started on. In terms of what platforms we work with, we will work with any platform. So just bring it to us. Priscilla here on the call is the one who is also doing a lot of the orchestrating on building this funnel and doing a lot of the tech stuff for you. And she is just a whiz at figuring stuff out if she doesn't already know about it, but she's worked with a lot of platforms already, knows a lot about them. And so no problem, no matter what platform you have. And then another question, how much work will I need to do? And I will answer your question, Anastasia, in a moment, because it's a good one and relates to another question I have up on here. So how much work will I need to do in this whole process? Now, remember, this is a done for you. This is not a done with you or a DIY. You're not having to watch trainings and do things yourself and follow templates or get coaching from me. We're just doing it. So all we need is some information from you up front that you just provide through our onboarding process. So there's no calls or any back and forth or anything like that. We just need to collect that info from you, and then we'll give you things to review. There's just 2 points where you're reviewing the lead magnet and you're reviewing the welcome email sequence that we put together. And then that's it. We're taking care of everything else. So very minimal work. You get to do other stuff while we work and get this done for you. And then what if I already have some parts of my funnel set up? Now, many of you may already have a lead magnet. And so Anastasia asked as well in the chat here, I already have a lead magnet. Are you going to suggest any changes that might need to be done before moving forward? And that's exactly right. So when we have someone come in who has a lead magnet already, we switch from the, okay, let's build it from the ground up mode to assessing, is this lead magnet the strongest direct connection to the service? If it is, then how can we optimize this existing lead magnet? Is the title strong enough? Do we have all those key pages in it that need to be in there? Is it getting the point across as succinctly and clearly as possible? Is it set up that it is really going to help that person make some kind of change or movement forward? How does the design look? Can it be improved in some way? Can we zhuzh it up a little bit more and tighten it up and make it look even more professional? So there are plenty of things that we can be doing, even if you already have a lead magnet in place. So you're still going to get a ton of value out of this if you already have a lead magnet. And what you're going to do up front is just let us know, do you want us to create one from scratch? Do you already have one that you want to just use, and we'll just look at it and give you feedback if you want? Of course, if you don't want feedback, we won't give it to you, but give you feedback on it. Or maybe you have one and you really want us to give it a hard look and see if it's the right one or not and assess it. And so that's what you can do with that. So yes, we are going to look at your lead magnet, Anastasia, and basically look at it from that lens and optimize it and do all of that. Same goes for if you've written your welcome emails already. We are going to look at those based on the framework and strategies that we follow when we write welcome emails, and make sure that they are following that strategy and make improvements where they are needed, so that we can make sure that they're still really authentic to you and valuable and all of that, but really doing the job that a welcome sequence needs to do and being effective in that way. And another question came in from Melissa. Are we able to change the funnel, for example, get a new website link in the future? Yes. So that is the beautiful thing about the command center that we are going to give you. So you're going to have a walkthrough video of exactly what we set up for you and how it works. So each of you get a customized video because everyone's on a different platform. Everyone's setup is a little bit different. So Priscilla is going to walk through and show you, okay, this is what we did for your lead magnet. This is where it is in your email sequence. And so you can go in and change stuff. Or if you need to change the lead magnet completely, you have the Canva link, you can do that and no problem at all. So yeah, it's yours. We'll teach you how you can change things in the future. And yeah, that's that. Are there any ongoing costs? So this one I alluded to. So there's no cost from us. You're just paying us to set up the funnel and then it's handed off to you and that's it. But if you want to keep running the ads, we recommend a $5 a day ad budget. So that's about $150 a month. And we do recommend starting off with that. And if you want to change it, you certainly can. You can go up, you could go down. You could pause your ads if you'd like. That's totally up to you. But if you're seeing good results and we're seeing that leads are coming in at a good number and you're having those people coming on your email list every month, then it's a great idea to just keep them running and have that going. Now, another thing that you will need if you are on most email platforms, the only exception, there's only a few, you'll need Zapier and you'll need a paid Zapier account, and that's $20 a month. And that is because, and it's a long story short, the ads that we set up for you are going to use an opt-in form that's actually based in Facebook. So it's not actually in your email platform. That opt-in page is really if you want to share your ad with or share your lead magnet and your funnel with other people. But for ads, we're actually going to use a form that is directly in the ad itself. It's called a native form. And that has better conversion rates and it has lower ad costs. So we really prefer that and recommend that as the best way to collect leads on Instagram and Facebook rather than sending people to an opt-in page. And so yes, $20 a month, but two things here. One is that you're going to have lower ad costs because of using this native form. So it pays for itself in that regard. You're not paying Facebook as much. You're going to get better results with this thing. And Zapier is just what's needed to connect that form from Facebook to your email platform to actually say, okay, this lead that came in from Facebook or Instagram, send them to my kit or my MailerLite or my MailChimp email list. So we need it to connect. And unfortunately, Zapier says that that is a premium feature, so we need to pay for that. But the other thing is that Zapier is a really useful tool. We use it all the time. I use it for business operations things, accounting things, all sorts of different stuff. So there's a lot of different ways that you can be using that subscription to probably take some other stuff off of your plate. And so it doesn't have to be used just for this. But that's it in terms of ongoing costs. You already have your email platform, or if you don't have one, Email Octopus, I think under $10 a month. And so that's that. Okay. And I'm realizing the sun starts coming in, but it's not too bad yet. Okay, good. Okay. Another question that I have had a few people bring up is, what if I don't want to run ads? What if I'm still a little uncomfortable with ads and I'm not really sure that I want to do that? You can always pause your ads or turn them off. That is totally up to you. I know for myself, though, I wished that I had started running ads much earlier in my business than I did. And part of that was due to fear. Part of that was not knowing where to start, not trusting a lot of the people that offer to run ads because it seems like they're just taking all your money. and I really wasn't okay with that. So I thought it was going to be taken advantage of as well. So yeah, those are all the reasons I didn't do ads. And also thinking that I needed to be further along and I needed to have everything figured out before I could run ads. But in the meantime, I was running myself ragged, trying to build my email list organically and slowly and working really hard. And I could have been having ads running the whole time and supplementing the work that I was already doing to build my email list. So I am a big proponent of ads, especially simple ads like this, a lead generation ad and campaign. It's very simple to run, doesn't cost. It's some of the cheapest ads you can run that actually deliver results. And we're setting it up for you. So that's the other thing, is that this is just a great way for you to get your toe in the water in ads and have an ad campaign and an ad account set up. And then you can always come back to it. If you're not ready to have it all running now, that's fine. And if we continue, Anastasia said, if we decide to pause ads, do we have to continue paying for Zapier? So no, you could pause that subscription as well. And Priscilla, please correct me if I am wrong in the chat. But basically, yeah, if you're going to turn off your ads and you're doing your month-to-month Zapier, you could also, I believe, just pause your Zapier and it will turn off your premium Zaps. Okay, Priscilla has confirmed you can certainly pause it. So that's good. I'm going to move my desk so that I'm not in the sunlight. So funny. The sun is setting a little bit here in Berlin. Yeah, so that's the answer about ads. Okay, now we are a few minutes over, but I have other questions that I had wanted to cover just about funnels in general. So I will go through those, but I just wanted to double check. Does anyone else have any other questions that you want to make sure that I answer before I move into these other ones? Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this one. How do I turn new leads into actual clients? And this was something that I wanted to cover in the podcast series, but we already were at 6 parts and I needed to stop, so we didn't have time. So this question of how do I turn my new leads, my new subscribers into clients? They came into my funnel. How do they go from just a subscriber to a paying customer? Because that's how we actually get the value out of the funnel, right? Now, a few people will be ready immediately and book straight from your lead magnet or your thank you confirmation page or your welcome sequence. So those need to be really clear with our work with me calls to action. We need to make those very clear for people. But most people are going to book a little bit later. Maybe it's a week from now, 6 weeks from now, 6 months, could be a year or more. But they would do that from your regular weekly emails, which is why every email you send should have a link to your services in your calendar, because you really don't know which of your emails someone is going to act on. But that's generally what you would be doing, is you'd be sending out regular emails, ideally once a week, to your list, giving value. And I'll talk through that a little bit, but you're going to be doing regular emails. And then a few times a year, I would suggest going outside of your normal cadence and running an actual promotion. And this doesn't have to be anything super advanced, but even just saying, opening a few new slots on my calendar, maybe you add a small bonus for booking in the next 2 weeks, for example. You send a short series of emails that have some real urgency and excitement and focus around them. So just a little promotion, maybe once a quarter around your birthday or the holidays, or just because there doesn't need to be a reason, but some other kind of like small promotion is great to get people activated as well. And I think most practitioners don't do this, and it really is a missed opportunity in my opinion. And there's some mindset shift that has to happen with this. You really have to create sales the same way you create data. If every email is pure education and you never talk about your services or the transformation that you offer, then no one is going to buy. You do need to be giving value and giving important information and building trust that way and all of that. But ask for the sale and make it easy for people to say yes to the sale. No one is going to be buying if you never sell. So your emails need to be doing that. So regular emails can be mixing in a variety of different things. So you can be giving your latest recipe, giving a tip, talking about a recent research article that came out or a new study about something, and talking about topical things and giving tips and all of that. But then we also want to be mixing emails into just that regular mix that increase the desire for your services and the readiness for someone to want to work with you and getting them to really feel like, okay, you're the one. Yes, we're wanting to build trust, but we also want to demonstrate why working with you is going to get them to their goal a lot faster. And then a few times a year, we want to be doing a promotion of some kind. So we're really talking about things in lots of different ways. We're sharing stories. We are addressing common concerns or reasons that hold other people back, or highlighting the types of things that you're working with your clients on right now. And then talking about, hey, I have slots on my calendar open for clients. If you'd like to book a call with me, here you go. So email is the way that we are turning these email subscribers into buyers. And we're doing it strategically with not just an educational newsletter, but also just naturally sprinkling in ways that people can work with you and giving information to make them feel ready to work with you. And then also doing some straight up more promotional content every so often to just kind of get people excited and get some sales in as well. And then another question that does come up sometimes is, can I have more than one funnel in my business? And what I generally recommend is having one funnel that you're focusing on at one time. You can have multiple lead magnets and resources. So if you want to be having a guide for this topic and this topic and this topic, and having them listed on your website, that's totally fine and good. But I would recommend having one main one that you're focusing on from an ads promotion perspective, one main one that you're focusing on your homepage, and then you can rotate those out too. So maybe every quarter you say, I want to switch to a different lead magnet, or maybe you do this ad campaign for this lead magnet for a while, and then the ad costs start going up a little bit. Or maybe you've come up with a new lead magnet that you want to try out and you want to see if it converts even better. And so then you take down those ads, turn those off, and then you start a new campaign and run to that one. So you can certainly have multiple funnels and multiple resources available for people, but I would focus on having one main funnel at a time that you're really sending people through, that's sending people through a welcome sequence and all of that. Okay. I think I've gotten to the end here. Thank you, Anastasia. And yeah, we'll be in touch soon. And I have another question actually from Deb, who I don't see her on this call. I'm just trying to get out of the sun, where she asked, she just worries about changing her lead magnet, which is a quiz, though she knows that it's not producing much interest. And I can totally relate to the fact of, okay, should I change this? I spent a lot of time on this one lead magnet. And should I come up with a new one? And what I would say is that there's really no harm in testing a different lead magnet and seeing how that one performs. We could certainly take an existing lead magnet. The lead magnets that we're doing in this funnel, we're not doing quizzes. Quizzes are like a whole nother can of worms in terms of setup and all of that. But you could always run some kind of ad campaign to that quiz to see what it looks like to have people come through that. And are people actually opting in? And what's the ad cost for that? And are people converting? And we could do that as an aside just to see, is this funnel dead? Or was it just that we didn't get enough traffic to it? So you could totally do a little test to see how that goes first. But then otherwise, sometimes things just don't work. I have spent so long sometimes on lead magnets only to put them out and have them not perform well with ads. And that's just part of it, is you just need to experiment. And I think ads are a great way, and I've shared this on the podcast, it's just a great way to get data. And that's what I was talking about, creating data. You need to actually take action to have that data coming in. A lot of times we want to build something and then just we're expecting, okay, people will find it and we'll get some information and all of that. But usually we need to kind of put a little bit more behind something. And in order to have enough data to make decisions in our business about, is this funnel working? Is this lead magnet the right one? Are my emails landing with people? Is my sales page really converting people, all of those kinds of things, we need more than just a few samples. We need a large sample size, enough to really make that decision. That's where doing that test if you want, but otherwise we just want to keep trying new things and seeing what we can do. And I think lead magnets that are PDFs are a really great way that is not super labor intensive and resource intensive to create a lead magnet that we can test to see if people want it. Because at the end of the day, we just want to get people onto our email list. We do want to give them something of value. But if it's going to take you 6 months to create a video-based lead magnet series or a quiz or some other really advanced lead magnet, then that's 6 months of lost opportunity. And you may put it out there and you may find that actually no one wants it. I hate to say it, but it's happened to me. So it's good to just do something simple, see if you can get people onto your list, and then you can always give them more value, give them all sorts of stuff once they're on your email list. Okay, I am going to wrap this up. If there are any other questions, Melissa, thank you so much for being here. And I see Emily here too. Thanks, Emily, for being on this call live with me. I'm trying to still get out of the sun here. So just one more little reminder that we have only a few spots left for our Done For You funnel right now. We are offering it at a special price, $700 off. So you can get it for $1,297. We built the whole thing for you. You can go to whitneybateson.com/DFY funnel to sign up for it and grab your spot. And if you do have any other questions at all, you can email me at info@whitneybateson.com. You can DM me on Instagram at Whitney Bateson. And there's also a spot to set up a call with me if you would like to just have a one-on-one quick call with me to make sure this is the right fit for you. You can do that from the sales page if you go to the one that's on the page here. Okay. So I think I'm going to wrap it up. Okay, and then Melissa asking, when do you think you will offer your website DIY? Honestly, Melissa, it has been on my to-do list to finish, and you are lighting a fire under my butt. Yeah, I will be putting that together. And yeah, I will reach out to you and let you know. I'm not going to commit to a timeline yet, but it will be like within weeks. That's good, right? Yeah, I will definitely let you know about that. All right. Thank you, everyone who is watching the recording. Thank you, of course, to Melissa and Anastasia and everyone else who joined me here today live on the open house. And if you have other questions, reach out to me. And I hope to see some of you in my inbox or working together on your funnel soon. Thanks. Have a great day.